Welcome back to Tools and Track. In this episode of the MR2 build-up, we're actually going to build it up. As in, the engine's going to go in.
Is it?
Convinced face.
You look like you're dressed for Iron Appa, mate. And
Yeah. And the outside temperature is...
it's not as cold as it was the last time we pulled.
Breathe out. Yeah. It's not short weather. We've just arrived and we're in noises because you'll notice none in here getting noise into it because today I found we've got this to deal with. Is that going in this?
Yeah, you're right.
Cool. Are we going to have the discussion?
What about why this car's here?
What the is this?
An opportunity that just couldn't pass, so I have no idea what's going to happen with it, but I'm going to
I can put a bet.
It's not going to cold.
It's going to involve me in a Milwaukee.
Well, multiple grinders, you'll need to bring them all.
Right, we're now currently lifting the engine because it's...
Do you want me to give you a pump?
Been plenty of pumping going on this morning.
Aye, go for it.
Right, let's see if this string holds up this time. It's just getting longer
It's high
and longer.
tensile string though.
It's lifting from...
It's whether the knots hold up is the question.
My knots are fine. No rusty balloon knot.
Oh,
The rusty sheriff badge knot. I think we're almost off.
Right, Dave, nice and gently then.
I think as long as we're each side of it.
As long as we're very gentle with it, we'll do. We'll keep it there.
Do we have a ratchet strap? Just throw a ratchet strap around
I
it
think
and under the
throwing a
bottom
ratchet
things
strap
now.
around is just going to make the board go with it when it eventually travels.
Oh god.
Oh!
That sounded terminal. Oh,
there she blows.
I've got it. Only just, I've got it.
Do we need another three to break now?
I don't know where we go from here, mate.
This floor seemed like a great idea when you put it in. It's actually not when you're doing things like this.
So we can confirm the engine weighs more than 200 kilos.
Nah, I think what's happening was because the wheels were sticking on the floor. I think what was happening was you were getting a lot more of the force when we were shoving them in. It was digging in it to get all the bearings out the wheels now. Oh wow! I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually impressed.
I think we should just pop it back in the creeper.
It will not have bubbles on it and it'll slide easier. First we need a sweeper before we can use the creeper.
Do the shaking back and put the freshness back.
God.
Do the shaking back and put the freshness back. Should we put... Do you want me to tape a puck at the centre in the middle so that when it drops it doesn't have far to drop?
No, because then you're focusing on the weight on a bit.
Watch his paint.
Yeah, watch it on bump that and then too. Hey, it just looks so nice. This is my stress release, mate. Right, take a wee time out and just peel paint off. Oh, that's a keeper! We could actually get all this off and then just put it on that.
Well, that's actually going to be the next thing I was going to ask you guys. If
Have
you
you got like
Oh, Jesus, this is going to be a f***ing nightmare. So here's the science part. So where we're at the moment is I've managed to get the car down and sitting on the creeper where it is, we've shuggled and aligned the engine mount, and I've got a thread on that and that's bolted up. So that's okay, but the problem is when we took this off in the creeper originally, we packed it out with all sorts of wood and cancer and horribleness, and it landed in the deck, it just collapsed. We can't really replicate that for safety reasons because it will just collapse again. So we're now, I would say, 10 inches off on the gearbox mount, and we can't take the car any lower for it to touch that. So we're going to have to engineer some solution. Now, we have an engine crane sitting here, but I don't want to use it. because risk to car. We would need to jack the car up to get the feet of the engine crane under, making this gap bigger, putting strain on this engine mount. I don't want to do that. And also it's just not an elegant solution. So what we're going to do instead is a more elegant but infinitely more minge bag solution. Hear me out. So we're going to tie rope and make a temporary mount, lashing around the gearbox mount and underneath the gearbox. We're then going to jack the car up again, remove the old creeper, put a jack underneath the gearbox instead, and lower the car down onto the jack so that we can then fine adjust to get this mount nip up. And it looks a lot something like this.
And I think for the purposes of the viewers who are not in Scotland, you might need to put an explanation of the word shugle and maybe minge bag. Enough to hang yourself when it all goes wrong.
Thanks, Dave.
So I've lashed around the bottom of the gearbox and I've tied around here. I've got a wee locatey nut in here just to make sure this rope doesn't bounce. And now we're going to see if this will hold the weight. Right, she's off the creeper. Right, I'm going to give it another couple of pumps just for clearance. Right, we're out. Our creeper is out. Now we need the Tesco value half-root jack to do the job that we needed in the first place. Right, that's starting to bring it up. I would just keep going, Dave.
Tom, it's coming down.
Right, fire it up.
I remember the fun I had getting this out. This is the bit where I normally just like clamber in to the MR2 and deal with it. However,
Do you want some padded for your knee? Because I have padded things. Or standing on things, Dave.
Shit getting real.
I've never seen Tommy flex like this. Oh, I can see it coming through.
we're going to nip her up with two.
Now let's see you get back out. You're not. Look at that.
Oh! Where the paint's nice and clean, it peels off in nice big chunks, and then see when it hits a bit of paint that's like just a bit, not like just a bit dirty, then it sticks.
I like that.
Because-
That bit down there is particularly rough.
Because the plastic dip's got something to adhere to. The best way to clean plastic dip is with petrol and a match.
Such a negative guy.
That's that sponsorship at the window. Good.
Would you have wanted that sponsorship?
I really wouldn't. I don't want to plastic dip in. Now it's time to put shiny bits on. The engine's hung. It's only on the engine and the gearbox now, so there's a bit of wobble. So I'm going to go underneath, put the torque mount on, reattach the subframe. Refitment is reverse of removal.
Is it going to be one of these charity shop jigsaws though, where there's inevitably going to be some pieces missing?
Yeah, I would say so.
For any potential future buyers, not that I'll ever sell this car and not that anybody will ever buy it, this is proof that this one bit that's usually a rusty crusty mess, although Tommy thinks the welds are a bit rough from factory, they are a bit actually. I'm just looking at it. No!
Monica!
Did you say Hanukkah?
Monica?
Happy Hanukkah!
That is it. My harmonica!
How's my bum looking in the footage?
Flat.
Good. Do you want a little...
And an angle grinder to finally chop these bolts off.
we've got the subframe on. Next thing we're going to do is something else. Possibly putting the drive shafts in, if I'm being honest. No, I'll tell you what we're going to do. Now that I'm under here, the more you put on this, the less access you're going to have for things. So I am now going to put the coolant hoses back on, because they're going to be nigh on impossible to reach. Any sensors up in here, drive shafts, and while I'm doing that, G and Dave are going to put the hubs back on to take drive shafts, and then we'll start building up suspension. That is the Govan gospel. Wait there, Thomas.
What is that?
I hope you just got
Did
it.
you just spray that on yourself?
The nozzle needs to be pointing towards the thing you're spraying and not your eyes.
That's
doesn't
an interesting thing.
it? If I had a hammer.
A hammer in the morning.
Sounds like you're shaking a twig in a bin.
It's like a skeleton having a wank in a biscuit tin. That's just a piece of floor you're trying to pick up there, Tommy.
What?
That was just a bit
I
of
was
floor you were trying to
actually
pick up.
told to go.
I'm looking for something that's round and on the floor.
Sounds geary.
Big banana mount to the front. Big torque mount thing.
This one?
Yeah, that's the guy.
I
Whoosh!
painted that one, including the bush.
The subframe looks good, yeah.
Yeah, hopefully everybody just goes, nice subframe. And does it.
Dude, is that a subframe?
Oh, I forgot to put the glasses on.
Right, I need the second torque mount. This is the one that's.
Yes, I do believe.
I'm really glad that we've took this car apart, identified all its faults,
And then not
fixed
fixed any of them.
and now we're putting it back together
This
again.
is the one that I wish I had cleaned it and stuff.
Oh god, no, you can't put that back in.
Kind of need to now.
How much are they to buy? Why did you not buy one of them?
Well, we couldn't find it, could we? We had a look. What do you mean? Like, you were like, I want to have a look, and then you're like, oh no, actually, I can't find it here.
I spent literally 2 seconds looking for it, and I was like, I have problems with this, Steve. Where's this? Oh, you're cleaning the thing that... Right, okay.
I didn't realise how exposed it was. I didn't realise that I'd totally forgotten to clean it.
Drive shafts, motherfucker.
This brand here?
But first,
A coffee!
That's a f***ing amazing cup.
That's
Where did
really
you
fancy.
get? Where did you get that from?
Well, I'm a patron of Tools and Track. Hop over to patreon.com /Tools and Track, and you'll get one of these.
All right, let's film that again, but make it even more cringy.
Really satisfying, this, isn't it?
it's clearly more satisfying than putting a f***ing engine in a car.
I would much rather spend the day doing this.
Do you think like there's a YouTube market for watching paint peel
Like,
rather than dry?
Look at it. I'll just go for it really quick and see what happens.
It'll just snap. Oh no.
Oh, it's got like a go faster strike now.
We've put the engine in and I realised we can't put the thing on the floor because we don't have any suspension arms and bushes in them. So it's time for some polyurethane bushes. And we're going to start with this guy. And this is the correct way to press bushes in.
Oh, look at that, straight in.
I'm going to
That'll do it.
say that it's more fun removing bushes than it is putting them in.
To the face. We're all pretty burst by this point. It's a worthwhile endeavour to hear this vehicular scab. I can't wait.
I don't know if I'm ever going to be ready. That is, smell it. Yeah, that's valve stems.
Status error MR2 breakers. So there you go, engine is now in. We're all broken. I'm bending down like this because my knees no longer work. Tune in next time when we dress up the top end of the engine and start putting shiny bits on and make this the car that it was meant to be to begin with. Thanks for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, subscribe down here, hit the other like key button and catch the next episode and all that jazz.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell. And we will catch you next time. Cheers guys.